Hi everybody and welcome to my 6-month update for HSCT for MS. It feels like it's been hardly any time since my 5-month update, but it's the 24th of July and I had my HSCT on the 15th of January of this year. So it has been 6 months. It's very, very hot outside, so we're in the middle of our heat wave at the minute in the UK. It probably is very cool for some people in the rest of the world, but here in the UK it's about 27 degrees today. So at the moment I'm inside. I've attempted to go outside, my body just won't do it. So I've got the typical heat intolerance with MS that doesn't seem to have gone away yet. So let's have a quick update. It's not very much has changed. I thought I'd just very quickly say about my medication, my hair and nails, and my mood really, and how things are going. So in terms of medication, I'm continuing to be on something called acyclovir, which is an antiviral. I'm on Femstin, I can't remember what it's called, for my hormones because I stopped having periods after my HSCT. So it's actually a kind of HRT that I'm on, which will hopefully keep my muscles nice and strong and keep my moods in check. And I certainly feel better since I've been on it. I'm also taking magnesium, which is my own choice to help with my spasticity and cramps, and that really seems to help. And I take citalopram to help with my mood. And it's quite a low dose of citalopram, but I definitely noticed a difference when I thought, oh, it's not doing anything, and I came off for a short time, but it really affected my mood. So I think I'm on 20 milligrams, and that just helps to keep me feeling on an even keel. So that's great. And then I take baclofen for my spasticity. I'm taking 40 milligrams of that a day. Things that I've recently come off are my antibiotics. So that's something I had to be on for 6 months after my transplant. My fluconazole, I think is what it's called, and that's like an antifungal, which I had to take for 6 months after my transplant. And I think that's in conjunction with the antibiotics because of the side effects the antibiotics can have on your body. And I also came off something called lansoprazole, which I think is for your tummy, but actually I noticed it I spoke to my doctor about coming off of it actually at about April time because it was kind of giving me a really upset tummy. I kind of suspected that might be it, and when I came off, it certainly seemed to improve. So they were happy with me coming off, and so I've been off of that as well since April. So I feel better for having less medication. As I said, I take magnesium, which is kind of an alternative remedy, I suppose. It definitely seems to help my soreness in my legs and spasticity. So I take about 600 milligrams a day, plus I use like a magnesium cream, which really helps, and it's a really nice bedtime thing that I do where I just like massage it into my legs, and that seems to really help. I'll link that down below where I get that from, but I really like it. And the other thing I try and take are B vitamins as well, because I don't have very much meat, or I don't have any dairy, so I'm conscious that B vitamins tend to be found in animal products. So again, I try and keep that to keep me as nutritionally healthy as possible. What else did I say I was going to chat about? I said I might chat about my hair and nails. So as you can see, 6 months down the line, I have lots of hair, although my hairdresser says it is actually quite thin still. My eyebrows are growing back again after they seemed to fall out last month a bit more. My eyelashes are being a bit slower, but I think they are starting to come back. And I've checked on a Facebook group that I'm part of for people who've had HSCT. And apparently it's quite common to have these times when your eyelashes or eyebrows fall out and then come back again, and then fall out and come back again. So I'm just dealing with it as it is. I've got very curly hair compared to what I had before. But I'm just living with it, and actually I don't really mind it. It's very easy to take care of. I am long term thinking I'd like to have longer hair. But for now, I'm quite happy with it. And it's a lot easier actually, because I was at the stage where I was kind of half thinking of just letting my like grays start to grow out. But now that I've kind of got short hair, I haven't colored it or anything. So I'm sure you can see there, you can see my grays. But I don't care, you know, I'm 40. I'm very lucky to have grey hair. Not everybody gets the chance. So that's the way I look at it. What else have I been doing? I have been going to the gym a lot. I'm lucky in that my little boy, who's 11, has decided to join, so he's making me go. I'm seeing the physio because as I've spoken in my past videos, I've had some spasticity and soreness in my legs. So the physio's really helping because she's given like a really deep massage on my legs. She definitely says it's really, really tight. So the massages are helping. And the advice she gave me about the gym is that it's a good thing to do 2 or 3 times a week, but to not overdo it on the heavy lifting because that can make the tightness worse. But to kind of try and increase your range of movement or to keep your range of movement going. So I've been doing things like the recumbent bike, the and using light weights as well. So that kind of makes me use my legs in ways that I don't very often or I can't. So like lift them up frequently, which I can't do very easily. I kind of mentioned it's hot here today. Something I was hoping after my HSCT is that my heat intolerance would improve. And I'd say today it hasn't. It's increasing my fatigue a little bit today, and I'm enjoying being inside in the cool, which I feel quite guilty about in a way. Not guilty is maybe not the right word, but I used to love being out in the sun, and I'm looking out at the sunny blue sky, and I've done loads of washing and hung it out. I think I feel just a bit disappointed that I don't find it as easy, but being outside in the sunshine and being outdoors with my kids. But I've got a good friend who's taken the kids out for the day so they can enjoy our local river and things like that. So I'm very lucky to have friends and family who help us. In terms of side effects or whether I've seen any improvements, I've actually had my MRI scan last Wednesday, so I'm yet to hear the results of that. So because I'm secondary progressive, they're not necessarily looking for any improvements in my symptoms, but because I also had relapses, I haven't had any relapses since getting my stem cell transplant 6 months ago. What they're hoping to see on the MRI scan is that I have no new inflammation on my MRI scan. So I'm yet to hear about how that went. I've had it, but I'm yet to hear about the results. I'm currently waiting on an appointment with my neurologist. So I've already chased that up once. I'm going to have to chase it up again because I know they wanted to see me in the summertime. I have been referred for a bone scan because I think I'm very conscious that as someone who has reduced estrogen levels, that can affect your bones, especially as a not very mobile woman. And I'm only 41 next week. So I'm kind of conscious I want to try and keep my bones as healthy and strong as they can be. I've jumped kind of forward, but I mentioned my hair. I'm also going to mention my nails because I'm actually very proud of those. They kind of went really disgusting after my HSC treatment, and you could physically see a line in them where kind of the chemo was growing out, or my poorly body was kind of growing out all the gumph that the chemo had put in. But now they're kind of nice and strong again. So I'm really pleased with how that's improved. Yeah, and I'm just doing quite well. I'm kind of conscious that whenever I do these updates, I'm not giving lots of information. I would say that whether I've had improvements since the HSCT, probably not massively. I sometimes feel like my legs have always been a little bit numb, and I'd sometimes say that's maybe improved, like the heaviness maybe isn't so bad. But I still need crutches to walk. I still need a mobility scooter. I still get fatigue. I still definitely have like cognitive, like cog fog and word finding problems as I just did then. But I'm so glad I did it. if I hadn't done it, I had secondary progressive MS, or I have secondary progressive MS with active relapses. And, what would have my alternative be? My alternative is that I would just keep progressing. I might still progress a little bit, but if I can say that I've stopped the inflammation, then hopefully that means no new disability on top of the secondary progressive problems I already had. So, I'm pleased I've done it. And I'm wishing everybody all the luck who are thinking about it or are going through it at the minute, who've just had it, or maybe are kind of at the same stage as me. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it's helped, because I think that if I hadn't done it, I would have always wondered, what if? My plan is to continue updating my blog on a regular basis, maybe not monthly, but kind of at important stages. So maybe kind of 1 year past, or say 9 months past, I'll also update this YouTube channel as I need to. It might not be monthly from now on, but certainly if anything new comes up or anything changes, I'll let you know what my MRI says as well, even if it's just a quick video. So I can kind of keep you guys all up to date. But if you're ever wanting me to do more videos, let me know. If you're ever interested in hearing more about my MS or about how I handle my MS, let me know, because I'm happy to do those videos as well. But otherwise, I look forward to speaking to you all again soon when and if something happens. Hopefully everything will stay on an even keel. Next time I see you, my hair will be even longer. The curls will maybe not be there. But who knows? Let's wait and see. And in the meantime, I hope everyone has a fab summer and, gets on well and stays nice and healthy. Be well. Okay, bye.